Joining me live in the studio is Okiki Adeniran, and he's a legal practitioner. And from Leeds, we have Dr. Abiye Hector-Goma. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Good evening.
So let me begin with you, Okiki, in the studio. Speak to us. What type of weapons do our soldiers need at the moment that they do not have?
Well, I believe that it's not a subject of a weapon, not subject of buying weapons for them. It's basically the responsibility of our leaders, the political will of our leaders, in the sense that as we speak right now, there are so many things that have gone wrong, in the sense that we need decisive, actions to be taken. In the case of Benue State, we have seen that they are lacking in so many things. Now, basically, what I think that they need in Benue State is basically the political will. Leaders, making sure that things are done properly, that they call people that are supposed to, be in charge of these things, security especially, call them to order. In the case of Benue State, we have seen specifically that it's as if the life of the humans in Benue State are not being, taken so seriously, right? You see in the video that was posted yesterday, and you see children on the road, and those are the things we shouldn't even see at the moment, right? It's a moment for them to mourn, and seeing that kind of thing, it means that there's a little or, nothing attached to the value of human life. So, just to, put everything together, I'm going to say that it's not about the weapon that, which we should even sit on. It's basically the political will. How are they taking the issue of security, generally in Nigeria and even in the state, in Benue State? It's been a recurring, attack, I remember vividly, I think in 2015, it happened in 2015. Even if you look at the different times, different regimes, this attack, it has happened over and over and over again, and there's not been a solution. So it's the political will. We need to get our leaders, to do the right thing at this point.
All right, so let's hear from Dr. Hector-Goma. Doctor, what do you think is the reason for the hike or the spike, in terrorism or attacks in Benue State? Is it a lack of weapons or lack of political will?
It's something that has gone on for many decades, and it's multifactorial. Of course, there's a historical aspect of it in terms of land issues, what we inherited from our colonial masters in terms of separating people away from their ethnic boundaries as historical. And then there's the big issue of governance, the failure of governance. Corruption in government is a big issue. Of course, we know previous regimes have talked about humongous funds being made available to the military, and then people being asked, what have you done with all the millions and billions of naira that you are giving to provide weaponry for your soldiers? And of course, there's also the issue of the enemy within, because there are people who are compromised. They don't serve Nigeria with all their heart. So there are people who are within the armed forces who get the equipment and maybe give them out to terrorists or people who cause mayhem in the community. So that is some of the issues that we are facing. So it's not just an issue of money, but how do you account for funds that historically have been made available to the Nigerian military?
Okay, but then many are actually worried that despite the president's visit to Benue on Wednesday, nothing significant has taken shape because he couldn't even go to where the attack happened in Yar'Adua, due to bad roads and also rainfall. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, unfortunately, in our country, some lives are like the George Orwellian situation. Some animals are more equal than others. And I think it's a bit indefensible considering what aviation abilities that are available to the country that our president is not able to get to see the suffering people because of bad roads and so on. I'm sure there are helicopters and there are other ways by which our president can reach the people of Benue State.
All right, so let's hear from you, Okiki. What difference did the president's visit make? Did it change anything?
Well, to my mind, I believe it hasn't changed anything. Nothing has been done. The terrorists are still in the bush. Basically, the live, people were killed, and to deliver a speech, right, and commiserate with people at the hospital. But nothing has changed, basically. Nothing has changed. It's basically, for me, political. Political in the sense that even in the president's speech, you could read some sort of politics in it. And, at this point in time, what we should be saying should be trying to even encourage and comfort the families of, the people that have lost loved ones. So at this time, nothing has changed. No terrorists have been, no
arrests have been made.
Nothing at all. We've not heard anything. And let me also point to this, this issue didn't really come up until, people started raising issues, started raising points on social media and other things. So, truth be told, like I said before, it is very, very clear that human lives are not taken seriously.
So what exactly can be done at the moment to keep the people of Benue State and even in Nigeria safe?
Well, number one, the government has the responsibility of ensuring that there's security. And that has been, I think, one thing we've been, emphasizing for the past, years, different regimes. And, right now, I believe what the government should do is, especially Benue as we speak, I think the Chief of Defense Staff should ensure that the troops are, mobilized to that place, ensuring that all those villages, are kept, and ensuring that there's no attack, you don't have a reprisal attack in that sense. So I feel that what we should do in this sense, in the sense that the security agencies, they need to buckle up, do what is right. One, like I said, send those troops to those bushes, ensure that there's no reprisal attack, to the extent that we start hearing some other things in the next 2 months. And in a sense, if you look at the developed countries, you would.
Okay, well, time is not on our side, right. So let's quickly hear Dr. Hector-Goma's final thoughts. He talked about the Chief of Defense Staff. He did say that drones are needed to combat the attackers, but nothing has been done till now. What needs to be done to keep the people of Benue State safe?
Well, I think the first thing is immediate solutions. We have to unblock humanitarian corridors, whether it's airdrops, working with local partners, terror mapping, making sure that food, water, clothes, shelter gets to the people. And more importantly, so many have died, children, women. We need to ensure as a country that further attacks do not take place. We are hearing about IDPs being attacked and so on. So security is really important. And then mobile clinics, maybe nutrition teams can have access to try and provide support for these people, as well as trying to look at the psychosocial support that is required. But more importantly, I think we need permanent solution. The issues of grazing, the issue of working together with communities is not really a Muslim, Christian thing. It's not a Fulani, other communities thing. There are good, bad, and ugly people everywhere. And we need to have both a short-range and a long-term approach to solving these problems permanently. So where there's unity, there's development in our country.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Okiki and Dr. Hector-Goma, for your time.
Thank you for having me.